Hi guys! If you're new here, my name is Melissa and I want to welcome you to my chaotic mess. Welcome to my chaotic mess. So today we are going to be working in the bedroom first and foremost. I have laundry. My husband helped me bring all of this into the house yesterday. It is way too hot in the garage for me to be working. So he helped me bring this in so that I can get it all hung up, folded, whatever it needs to do. There's also a load in the dryer that I need to bring in because we washed it yesterday. And bless my husband, he helped me clean the house this weekend. So I have a blank canvas because I've not been feeling good. The house kind of got a little bit out of control. So thank him, I thank him, I thank him. So, whoops, sorry. I am not very good at vlogging anymore, but I wanted to kind of do somewhat of a different style for you guys. So before we actually start the laundry, I'm going to kind of take you around and remind me later. I'm going to actually, that's going to be a separate video. We got a new mattress and I'm going to kind of do oh, I didn't want to turn that off. Anyway, I'll go about, I'll explain the bed later in a different video. Anyway, this is weird what we've done here, but let me actually turn you guys around so you're not looking at me the whole time. All right, so this is our guest room. As you can see, we have our old bed set up. Well, this is the mattress we literally just bought, I think in January, and I didn't like it. These were the mattresses that were gifted to us when our new, what is it, bed frame things, platforms were gifted to us. His cousin, my husband's cousin, gifted us their old, what is it, where the adjustable bed frames. So they gifted that to us. So anyway, there's two beds in here. One will be moved out in October probably. I'm going to talk to my brother and see if they would be okay having everyone in one room, well, minus my nephew, because there's no room for another mattress in here. So everything's kind of just crammed in here at this point. The fall stuff will be out. I will be decorating for fall this week. The only other thing I can probably move is, oops, this I could probably move back out into where it was. And I could probably put a mattress in that corner. This one here, he loves his bed. And yes, he sleeps there most of the time. And I will clean it and change the sheets and everything else before someone else sleeps in that bed. Anyway, so, I'll show you one more thing in the bedroom also. But if we come out to the living room, you'll notice, well, maybe you won't notice. I don't know how many of you pay attention to my floor. We got a new rug. This one is a sage green color. In the light, and depending on how you look at it, sometimes it looks blue. But yeah, so ignore the mess of things I still had to take to the kitchen. But like I said, my husband helped me clean this house. I moved Cow, and the Cow is the little one. I moved the cows in here. I bought this bench at Hobby Lobby. That thing's loud, I'm sorry. But it ended up being bigger than I actually thought it was. I thought it was going to be closer. I don't know why. In my head, I thought it was going to like be about the size of that truck. But it ended up being a lot bigger than that. So there's that. There's not really much else. I need to do dishes because my mother-in-law and my dad were here yesterday. I need to dump the mop water because, like I said, my husband helped me clean and he mopped the floors for me. But other than that, everything looks good, except I got to do the dishes. And yeah, but I think that's all of the actual big changes. Was just that carpet, and then the carpet that was in here is now in our bedroom, which I'll show you guys that. We'll go back in there. I want to kind of get the clothes started because my lunch is in the oven. So as you see, we put this in here, and then these are our new platform. Come on, out. These are our new to us platform beds, and they raise at the head and the foot. So I wanted them mainly because, like, when I get sick, it's better for me to sleep elevated than it is for me to sleep laying flat. So because of this, we now have a split king, and again, I'll go over this in a separate video, but as you see, a split king is basically just two twin XL mattresses. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. And I plan on getting new blankets that match. We sleep with separate blankets because I am a blanket hog. And my husband, for the longest time, did not tell me I was stealing all the blankets and would freeze at night. So now that I know I'm a blanket hog, we've had separate blankets for years now, but I'm saying we probably went like 2 years without him telling me that I was a blanket hog. So anyway, I want to get matching blankets. So yes, they're both gray, but they're like a different color gray. I had mine first, and then he liked mine, so I found one on Amazon for pretty affordable, and I thought it was going to be crap quality, to be honest with you, but his is actually more comfortable, like it's lighter weight than mine, so for Florida it's more comfortable. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if they have this in sage green, because, well, now I don't know, because this is like a bluish gray, so maybe we'll do blue in our room. Our master bathroom is sage green. I don't know what it is about sage green. I'm all about sage green. I need to move these under our bed if I can. If I can't, then I'm going to put them in the guest room under the under the king size bed. Those are clothes that I want my sister-in-law and niece to go through and see if they want any of them. Well, mainly my sister-in-law. My niece is little bitty compared to all of us. So, but even she might, my sister-in-laws might think her sister might like some of them. I don't know. I'd rather give them to family first before I send them to ThredUp to sell. That I just need to put away. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might move it in front of the window and see if I still have enough room, because I don't want it at the end of the bed anymore. Because, not to be like TMI or anything, but when I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, it's so much easier to know that as long as I'm still on the carpet, I'm safe. You know what I mean? Because over here, I know I'm going to be off the carpet a little, because this is only an 8x10, and this carpet is obviously bigger than 8x10, or this room's obviously bigger than 8x10. And yes, I need to clean the dresser off again. I need to hang those back up, because they were on this wall, and we moved the curio cabinet in here when we switched the living room around, because I didn't have room for it in the living room anymore. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move them to this wall. And let me flip you guys back around. Okay, so I know, like, in a few videos before, I said I'm probably not going to hang up anything because we're not staying here long term. But we did re-sign our lease for 7 months because we did tell them we were going to be buying a house and that our goal is to be moved before April. So let me sit down. So that being said, so they only made us sign a 7-month lease. And we were told that if we used my landlord's wife as a realtor, that he wouldn't like charge us to break our lease if we found something before the 7 months or anything like that. So we are looking at different options. We really, let me get the tripod because my arm's already hurting. Okay. So right now we are really considering doing a new build because with all my health issues and allergies to like mold and stuff, we just feel like it might be a safer bet. I'm not a fan of new builds. I've stressed this before. I would really love to have an older home that has character, that's been lived in, that may or may not be haunted, who knows. And we might still go that route if we can't get the type of new build we want, because we are looking for a very specific style. We want a multi-generational home because my dad and my mother-in-law will most likely be moving in with us, and we kind of want them to have their own little space. The other option we thought about was buying something with a little bit of land, having additional electric and water run out to a particular area, and having a mobile home put on the land for them to live in. And then like if there's a big storm or something, they can always come into the main house during the storm. So that's also the secondary option we are looking at. So that being said, we have a lot of things coming up in the future as far as home shopping and stuff like that. We are doing a little bit of like quote unquote credit cleanup at this point, mainly on my husband's side, because I told you guys in a previous video I am not going to be on the loan at all, and I know a lot of people are going to think I'm like super crazy for that. And like I said, I trust my husband. I don't have any feelings that he's gonna like divorce me or anything like that. And like I said before, if he did divorce me, I have places to go, so I'm not worried about being out on the streets. My family and I are really close, and I know they would never put me out on the streets, so I'm not worried about it. And again, I'm not worried about my husband leaving me, because who goes into a marriage or a relationship thinking that that person's going to leave them? Now, in the beginning, I didn't think my husband liked me at all. But that's a different story for a different day. And I know this video is turning into more of a sit down and talk to me instead of doing laundry, and maybe there might end up being 2 videos after all from this. So if you get a video of me showing you around the house and then just me sitting here talking to you, you know that is just a chit chat video. The title will say that anyway. So, but yes. All right. So on top of the house hunting situation, I have a lot of medical things going on, and I'm making a separate video on that. I don't want to like dangle the carrot, but I wanted to put all the medical stuff into one video rather than like spreading it out into multiple videos and having some people worry when there may be nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? So that being said, you can expect a video in hopefully the near future on the medical issues. The next video that you can expect, probably not the next, but you know, the next big thing I'm working on is the whole accident video. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because There were a lot of things I couldn't talk about because I had an open case, and now that that case is closed and settled, I can talk about it. Which, you know, I will say this, and I'll say it again in that video. When we first hired a lawyer for this case, we did it out of the suggestion of our regular insurance company, our automobile insurance company. We are not sue happy people, but because of like the state of the car, like they even, when we called them to tell them about the accident, they're like, are you gonna need a tow truck? And my husband's like, no, we're driving it. And they're like, how are you driving it? Because the little fob things that the insurance companies give you, I don't know if they do that everywhere in the world, but in the United States, a lot of the major insurance companies like Progressive, State Farm, so on and so forth, give you little fobs to put in your car, and they basically track your speed and if you're hard braking, stuff like that. And she mentioned to my husband when he was talking to her, how are you driving the car if the airbags were deployed? They hit us so hard, and this is gonna be in that video, they hit us so hard that the sensor told them the airbags deployed. So anyway, on her suggestion, we hired a lawyer. That was what I was getting at. So anyway, the lawyer never mentioned that we shouldn't say anything online or anything like that, and I don't think I did in the beginning. I think the most I ever probably said was, hey, we were in an accident, what, blah blah blah. But I never really discussed my injuries or anything online. I'm gonna see if my husband still has pictures of the car, because I don't have them anymore. If he has them, I'll have him send them to me so I can put them in that video when I do it. But yeah, anyway, I'm going on about something that's going to be a whole separate video. More videos I'm working on. I want to talk about the process of how it was building our last house, and it's also why I really don't want to do a new build again, but out of health necessity, it's probably going to be our best bet, but we will see. And then I want to do a video on the pool company, because I hate to be one of those people, but this company needs to be exposed. They need to be, not like I'm a big content creator, but even if my one video reaches 100 Floridians thinking about using this company to build their pool, they might think different and go with a different company, and that's what I want. I want to get that kind of warning out there. Hey, you know, this is what you're gonna get. So, and I don't think I have pictures of that anymore either, so they're just gonna take my word on it. If I can find the photos, I'll put those in that video. But yeah, so we're already at, I think this is gonna just end up being a chit chat and vlog, to be honest with you guys. So I'll be back next time I think of something else to say today, and we'll go from there. And I will do the laundry, and that'll be a separate video along with probably the dishes and probably something else. My goal this week, so if you're seeing this, the videos should follow after this one, would be like a clean with me doing like the laundry, the dishes, and who knows what else, followed by a kitchen organization. I'm still working on our one project. That video should come out into September at the latest, I would think. I don't know. I'm really running out of like, I'm really running out. Oh, decorate with me for fall. We're gonna be doing that. But yeah, I should have recorded the whole weekend. I didn't. For one, my husband doesn't like being on camera. For two, I don't feel good. I still don't feel good, which is why I'm doing things so slowly. So I'm in like lounge clothes today. Normally I would put clothes on for you guys, but I honestly don't have the energy, the mental capacity. I don't have any of that. I actually took this week off of YouTube. I posted it on the community tab. So if you ever want to know any updates, because normally I will post Monday, Wednesday, and do a live on Friday, but I have something going on Friday that kind of got my mind preoccupied, and on top of that, I just don't feel good for, I don't want to say why, because it's a little TMI, and I know some men watch my videos, and I don't want to get too personal. So, and I might just say screw it and say, hey, if you don't want to know this information, jump to this timestamp. But I don't know. I don't know. I just have a lot going on, and mentally I think if I didn't develop this issue that I currently have without trying to be TMI on Friday, I'd be fine. But you know what? F it. I'm just gonna say it. Let me just say it. So again, this is TMI, so anyone that doesn't care to hear this, skip ahead, and if I'll try to remember to put the timestamp in, whatever. But a little backstory first. My last menstrual cycle was June of 2022. So I personally thought that I must have went into menopause already. Yes, I'm not even 40 yet, but I figured I've had irregular periods since like I was 20. So like normal through the teenage years, and then once I hit 20, they started like, at first it was every other month, and it was every other month, and then eventually it became twice a year, and then eventually it came, you know, once a year. And then when I didn't have a cycle this past June, I just figured, okay, well, maybe I went into menopause. So unfortunately, I mean, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but that was not the case apparently, because Friday I woke up with like the worst cramps I've ever experienced in my whole life. I've never had cramps when I've had menstruation, except for last year in June, and this year is even worse than that. So let's go back to last year. Last year in June, again, this is TMI, so if you don't want to know about this, then whatever, I skip ahead. But last year in June, my cycle ended up being 9 days, and it was like heavy the entire time, and I've never had heavy cycles. So I thought, like, once I got to day 8, I started looking it up, like, how long should you allow your cycle to go on before you should worry or, you know, contact a doctor. And so if it was going to go past day 9, I was going to call my doctor, especially because of how heavy it was. I started thinking I was hemorrhaging from the inside out. Don't ask me why. That was my first thought, but that's what I was thinking. So, I cramped almost the whole entire time last year. This year, I started Friday, worst cramps ever, and so far it's been like off and on, like not off and on with the outage, but like light, heavy, light, heavy. So trying not to be too TMI, but every day though, every day it's like the worst cramps ever. It's like someone is like constantly squeezing me, and I can't handle it. So all you women out there who go through this every single month, I applaud you, because it is killing me to do this every day. So I've been taking naproxen because that's what I have, and now I'm out. So I think I have some Tylenol somewhere, and I'll see if that works. I've already taken naproxen. I took the rest of my naproxen this morning. It helps for a while, but it wears off after about 4 hours. And oh man, this is quite a video. But anyway, I don't know. I've never dealt with, like I said, I've never had to deal with cramps. But the only thing I honestly want to do is like take a really hot bath, but the bathtub is so shallow that it wouldn't do anything. I miss my garden tub. In Indiana, we had a mobile home that we owned. We bought it. Well, we didn't quite own it. We were paying for it. It was like a rent-to-own situation. But anyway, I miss my garden tub, because anytime I felt sick or anything, I could just get in the tub and relax. But here, the tub is so little that it's not very enjoyable to get in and relax. Like it's not like, I don't want to say little, it's long enough for me and it's wide enough for me, but it's like not deep enough for me. I don't even think it would be deep enough for my nephew, and he's a little skinny twig. It's probably not long enough for him. He's tall, but you get my drift. It's a shallow bathtub. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of got off topic there. I don't know. Anyway, so if you have any suggestions, if you know, if it ever happens again, you know, maybe in a year, who knows. Or maybe this time I am hemorrhaging from the inside out. I don't know. Oh my God. I don't know, guys. Anyway, that was my TMI moment of the day. I really just need to get up and get stuff done, but I honestly don't want to do it. I'm going to do it. I put all these clothes on the bed this morning, so I would have to do it, because they were in the laundry basket. So we're going to get it done. We are going to get it done. I might wait until my food's done and have my lunch and then come back and do it, but it's getting done today. So yeah. All right, guys. So I know this one is a little bit of a chatty one. So actually, all the clips up until now of the talking were actual clips of me talking, where I just sat down and started talking to you guys I mean, and not doing anything. And I didn't realize I had talked that much, before I started actually doing the laundry portion of this video. So I mean, it worked out. It ended up becoming a great voiceover instead of me having to sit here and talk for an hour. So that was great. Obviously, it's not an hour-long video, but you get what I mean. So anyway, guys, I want to go ahead and thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment any questions that you have down below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.